Okay, so Homeworld 3. I want to be upfront about something before I get into this. I have never played a Homeworld game in my life. Not the first one and not the second one. Nothing. So if you're a long-time fan of the series, coming in expecting a deep franchise retrospective, wrong video. And I'm sorry about that. What you're going to get instead is a completely fresh pair of eyes on this game. No baggage and no nostalgia. Just me figuring it out in real time. And honestly, I think that's actually useful because of a lot of people are sitting on the fence about Homeworld 3 and are probably in the exact same position I am. Never touched the series, not sure if they need to, not sure if it's worth jumping in now. So that's what we're exploring today. First things first, this game looks incredible. Like genuinely, the detail in the ships, the way everything moves through space, the lighting, the scale of it all. My first hour was spent half playing and half just kind of staring at it. Like honestly, if nothing else, whoever did the art direction on this game deserves a raise. And the type of RTS this is, it's interesting. It's got that classic RTS feel, you know, the kind that reminds you why you fell in love with the genre in the first place. But it's not just retreading old ground, it brings enough to the table that it feels like its own thing rather than just a nostalgia box tick. I wasn't expecting that going in.
Is that understood? Understood.
Training will begin with reviewing and testing for the functionality necessary for future missions.
The tutorial is solid, generally straightforward, no complaints there. It eases you in without treating you like an idiot or throwing you into the deep end with zero explanation. And here's the thing I was most curious about going in. Do you need to have played the older games to understand what's happening? And the answer is, at least from my experience so far, is no, you don't. The game does a reasonable job of getting you up to speed without assuming you've got 10 years of franchise knowledge in your back pocket. That said, if you're new to RTS games entirely, this might take you a bit more patience. It's very much an RTS in the traditional sense. So if that's a genre you're comfortable with, you'll find your footing pretty quickly. If you've never touched an RTS before in your life, maybe start somewhere a little more forgiving. But for anyone who knows their way around strategy games, this clicks faster than you'd expect. What generally surprised me is how it handles the tactical layer. Space as a battlefield sounds simple on paper. Just point your ship at the enemy, right? It's not. Positioning matters, angle matters, what you're engaging with matters. It got that same, you have to actually think before you do something stupid energy like any other RTS game, just in space, which is a sentence I wasn't expecting to say. Now, one personal gripe so far that I want to stress, because I haven't finished the game yet and this might completely change, but the maps don't feel that big to me. For a game set in the vastness of space, which should feel enormous and open, some of the areas feel a bit more contained than I expected. Now I know that visually it looks very vast and very big, but the general play area of each mission so far feels tight and enclosed. Whether that opens up later, I generally don't know yet, but it's one thing that's given me the sight pause in the early hours. It's not really a big deal, but I do like personally a very a space where I can maneuver or just know that is part of my gameplay, if that makes sense. Everything else though, I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would, and I went in with pretty neutral expectations, so that's saying something. Multiplayer I've not touched yet, probably not for a while, so if that's your main question, I can't help you there right now, maybe down the line. So first look verdict. Homeworld 3 is generally interesting. It got the visual detail to back itself up. It plays like a proper RTS without learning too hard on nostalgia, and it's more accessible to newcomers than I expected. The map size thing is a minor gripe at this stage, and I'm fully willing to walk that back once I've seen more of the game. Is it worth jumping in as someone with zero franchise history? Based on what I've seen so far, yeah, I think so. But I want to put more hours into it before I give you a proper verdict on that. Which means there's a follow-up video coming once I've actually finished it. If you're a long-time Homeworld fan, drop a comment. I generally love to hear how this one compares to the older games from someone who actually has the context I'm missing. And if you're in the same boat as me, I've never played this series before, let me know if you've tried it. I will see you in the next one.